We're going to explain how to combine multiple Excel files into a single file. There are several ways to do this, and we'll cover a few of the easiest methods. First, let's look at using the Power Query Editor built into more recent versions of Excel. 1. Open a new blank Excel workbook. This will be your destination file. 2. Go to the Data tab and click on Get Data. From File. From Folder. 3. Browse to the folder containing all the Excel files you want to combine. Select the folder and click OK. 4. Excel will list all the files within that folder. You might see a preview. If not, click Transform Data. This opens the Power Query Editor. 5. In the Power Query Editor, you'll usually see a column named Content, which contains the data of each workbook. You might need to expand this column, as there are probably many tables inside your Excel sheets. Right-click on the Content column and select Expand. Choose the table or sheet you need data from. 6. After expanding, you'll see all your data from all the files in one table. You can then remove any unnecessary columns. 7. Click Close and Load to bring the combined data back into your Excel workbook. This method is great for many files with similar structures. Next, let's look at a simpler method using VBA, suitable if you have a little programming experience. However, this method is more prone to error if the files aren't consistently formatted. 1. Open the VBA editor, Alt plus F11. 2. Insert a new module, Insert Module. 3. Paste the following VBA code. Sub-combine workbooks. Dim WB. As workbook, my file. As string, my path as string. My path equals C plus your flash file slash path. Change this to your file path. My file equals dir, my path, and .xlsx. Do. While my file da, set WBE as workbooks. Open my path and my file. WB.sheets, 1. Copy this, workbook. Sheets, 1. Copy sheet 1 from each file. UB. Close. False my file, equal dir. Loop end. Sub remember to replace C slash your file path with the actual path to your files. This script assumes each file has at least one sheet to copy, and that the data formats within each of the sheets are consistent. Run the macro and the data will be added to your active workbook. This macro copies only the first sheet from each file. If your files have differing sheet names or structures, this method is more complicated to edit. Finally, you can manually copy and paste the data, which is very time-consuming, but simplest to understand. This requires opening each file individually, selecting the data, and pasting it into your destination workbook. Each of these methods offers a different approach depending on your comfort level with technology and the consistency of your source files. Remember to always back up your original files before undertaking any bulk data manipulation.